Yeah, it looks different, yes, and no restoration work, I believe. Ah, you see, so no restoration work. When they started the restoration work, I closed the temple. So you are very lucky. Okay, I think we're all here, huh? Where are the people without the headsets? We missed them?
No, we don't miss them. Don't worry.
They're coming up right now.
Don't tell him I said that.
They're all wondering, where are you? No headsets.
Well, we left them behind, so we have to
So, ladies and gentlemen, exactly in front of us, you can see Parthenon Temple. So Parthenon is the main building, the main temple on the top of Acropolis. Many people believe that this is the entrance, that this side of the temple is the entrance, but finally it's not. The entrance of Parthenon, the entrance of all the Greek temples is east, and the entrance is east because they wanted to have light inside the temple during the day, because inside the temple was a statue of goddess Athena made with gold and ivory. I have a picture to show you how was the statue of Athena, all made with gold except the head, the arms, the feet of the statue was made with ivory. But the statue of Athena destroyed the Christian era because of a fire, so the statue of Athena does not exist anymore. Now the third part of a temple is this one. The third part of a temple is the treasure part. They call it the treasure because they kept all the treasuries of the sanctuary in that part. So money, weapons, valuable things, religious items, they all kept them in the third part of Parthenon. We have two different styles of columns. I have a picture of the three different architectural styles, but here on the top you can see only two. Doric, like the columns of Parthenon, no decoration on the top, no base. That's the Doric style, the first architectural style. The columns of the other temple is another temple you can see in front and left. The columns of the other temple are Ionic, decoration on the top, a base, and the Ionic columns are usually straight and monolithic from one single piece of marble. And this is the third one. Do you remember the Temple of Zeus? Yeah. Okay. Corinthian style is the third architectural style. Columns with decoration on the top of long leaves, acanthus leaves, and that's the third style. So DIC, Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, these are the three architectural styles. Now all the columns of Parthenon and all the lines of Parthenon temple, they look straight or far away, but that's an optical illusion. No straight lines of Parthenon because nothing is straight in nature. So when you see the columns are wider at the bottom and thinner as they go up to the top. But even from here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that the columns are not standing straight like this, but the columns have a slightly leaning inward. So imagine, if you extend the lines of the columns, they will all meet in one point and will form a pyramid. And they have constructed Parthenon like this because they wanted to make the building stronger. Greece has a lot of earthquakes, but Parthenon never had damages because of the earthquakes. The columns, they look also one piece from far away, but are not one piece. We're so close now, and you can see that are different pieces, one on the top of the other, 10 or 12 for each column, and the columns of Parthenon are 10 meters height. Even the space between the columns is not the same. And we have 8 columns on each short side. So 8 columns you can see exactly in front of us. 17 on each long, 8 by 17. But do you know something? They count the columns at the corners twice. Once is for the short side, and the second time is for the long. So once for the short, and the second time they counted is for the long. Now please look the sculpture decoration above the columns, different mythical scenes, the catastrophe of Troy, the battle between the Centaurs and the Lapithians, the battle between the gods and the giants on the other side, where was the entrance, and the battle battle between the Amazons and the Greeks. But the exterior sculpture decoration of Parthenon destroyed by Christians when Christians changed the building into a church. Now I'd like to show you something else from here. It's the inner sculpture decoration. You can see more columns inside the temple, and above the interior colonnade is another frieze called the columns. You can see all down here. It's the Panathenaite frieze, and on that frieze represented the great Panathenaean big festivals in honor of goddess Athena. But half of the interior frieze is in England a part of the Elgin or Elgin marble. Now please look at the pediment on the top. The pediment is the triangle on the top. The statues up there, because the other statues destroyed because of the explosion or were taken away by Lord Elgin in 1804, so are in England in the British Museum. I'd like to show you something else from here, the lion head. You can see the corner column, above the corner column at the very end of the temple at the corner, it's a lion head. It's another lion head at the other end. So on the long side of the temple were lion heads. And the lion heads are not only for decoration, are water spouts. So the water of the rain came out from the open mouth of the lion head. I think we have to go closer now because it's so crowded here. Careful here, please.